Hey Facebook, how you doing today? So this is a video called Gabapentin Part 2. This is Dr. David Morris from Magnolia Medical Center, and we're in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Just a lot of people have asked where our clinic is. I did a video back in March, and honestly, it's just gotten an incredible amount of traction, if you will, on Facebook. It's been shared all over the world, and I think it's been reached 1.3 million people. It has 12,000 shares, and I don't know, 5,000 comments, and we're getting probably 15 to 20 phone calls at our office a day, and I'm getting somewhere between 30 and 60 direct messages on Facebook a day from that video. And I appreciate the overwhelming response that we've gotten. Some of it's been favorable, some of it hasn't. But I'm not going to defend the video here, but I want to absolutely clarify a few things for some people that are out there suffering. I said that gabapentin will make you stupid. First of all, I didn't call anybody stupid. And I don't think anybody's stupid for taking it. All right? That's not the point. That's not what I said. All right. So there is a problem in the world with people being able to duplicate directly what people say. They take things the wrong way. But I didn't call anybody stupid, not one person. And I don't think anybody's stupid. But I do believe, and the research backs me up on 100%. You can read all the comments if you want. There's, like I said, thousands of them. And it will slow down your brain. So from the standpoint of maybe a different definition of stupidity, and that it's going to affect cognitive function, it will absolutely do that. And I back up my statement 100%. However, I don't think anybody's stupid. I don't ridicule anybody for being in pain. A lot of people have said, how would I know what it feels like to be in chronic pain? Folks, I don't. I don't know what it's like to be in chronic pain. I'm blessed in that regard. But I treat chronic pain patients all day long. And all day long, we treat patients with chronic pain. And they're suffering. They truly are suffering, and they don't know what to do about it. So what I wanted to share with you is a couple things, and I've posted this a few times, but I want you to see this, okay? A lot of people say, what am I supposed to do about my pain? And I cannot possibly give you that advice over Facebook. How am I going to give you that advice over Facebook? It's not. Sorry, I'm going to take these off. I see the reflection in there. I can't give you that advice over Facebook. I've never even evaluated you, never even examined you. I would love that if I could help you. So if I could give you some encouragement, a lot of people said there's nothing that can be done about my problem. I don't believe that. You can be pissed. You can write whatever you like to. I'm just going to tell you that I don't believe that. I don't believe that something can't be done just because a solution hasn't been found for you so far. This is a book, said Cartilage and Nerve Regeneration. You can find this on Amazon. I've got no vested interest in that. I'm not selling you anything here. You can, I don't get a dime for recommending this book, but this is a published study. This is a book of studies that are published. These are the books that are, these are the studies that are actually in current research that said you can regenerate cartilage and nerves. Is every condition going to apply to that? Absolutely not. I mean, I had some people saying they have Charcot-Marie tooth. They have all kinds of different things going on that they're going to suffer, unfortunately, the rest of their life, and they may need these medications. They may need the prescription pain medications just to even remotely live a normal life. I totally get that. But for the vast majority of people that are responding to the video that I made, the truth of the matter is that there are solutions out there for you. Okay. We employ many of the therapies that are in that book, in the book that I just showed you over there. We employ a lot of those therapies that are in our office that are in the current research, but most of your doctors are not up on the current research. They're not. Some medical college in Scotland or something did a study, and they said the average physician in this world is 17 years behind current research. 17 years, folks. Okay. So if you said nothing can help me, and none of these things have been done, none of these things have been tried that are in this book. Maybe you haven't done stem cell therapy, you haven't done PMF therapy. Maybe there's lots of things you haven't tried. Just don't say there's nothing to help you. Don't give up hope. And certainly don't listen to the doctor. I would shoot. If you're listening to a doctor that says nothing can be done, you need to fire your doctor. Maybe that sounds callous, but it's true. You need to fire your doctor if they say nothing can be done. Find another doctor, because frankly, I think that's, I won't use that poor language, but I think that's awful if somebody says nothing can be done. You should have some hope, and you should continue to look for things. So another thing that's come up regarding this is I'm not trying to sell anything. Certainly, we want to increase our business. We want to see more people. We want to help as many people as we possibly can. But frankly, there's been 7,000 comments have been shared 12,000 times. People in South Africa, New Zealand, Australia, Pakistan. We've seen people have seen the video that I made all over the world. How am I possibly supposed to? How can I even respond to all those the comments, much less help all those people? We would certainly want to. I don't know what to tell you to do for your particular problem, but I back up my statements on the video that I made, and that these medications are addictive. Just look up the definition of addictive. If you cannot come off of the medication, now is it as addictive as like a heroin or a methamphetamine or something like that? Certainly it's not. You can be addicted to heroin by taking it one time and then be hooked on it. Certainly Gabapentin and Neurontin and Lyrica are not as addictive as those things. But when you look up the definition of addiction and you talk about things that you can't come off of without having the potential for severe side effects, folks, it is addictive. It is being abused on the street. And some people said, I'm an idiot because I haven't known it's been being abused for a while. It has been being abused for a while, but now people are being arrested for it on the streets. They're using it to cut fentanyl, and they're using it to get high with other things. Gabapentin, Neurontin, Lyrica don't necessarily get people high by themselves. Doesn't mean they're not addictive, okay? So not here to ridicule anybody that's in pain. I feel for you, I truly do. We see people every day that are suffering, and I come to work, I spend extra time at work. My providers that work for me are absolutely dedicated people to try to help people avoid surgery and get off of medications when at all possible. But there's going to be a time and a place for the medications. There certainly are. One of the things that I'd probably like to address here is that people say, stop lumping people who need pain medication in with addicts. Well, I got news for you. The people that are suffering and you're on those medications, you're going to be lumped in with the addicts. And you might not know the statistics, so I'm going to tell you. And you can be mad at me if you like to. Honestly, I don't care if you're going to be pissed about this, but here's the truth. In this country alone, in America alone, last year, over 2016, I don't know the numbers for 2017, 2016, over 60,000 people died from overdose of pain medication. Overdoses alone. That does not include people that were in car accidents because they were high on drugs, on pain medication. It doesn't include suicides, and it doesn't include drug-related deaths, meaning like something like a crime. So over 60,000 people, 80% of those people that died from overdose, the people that you call addicts, all right, the ones that you were ridiculing and saying that they're screwing it up for everybody, 80% of those people became addicted because they got written a prescription, because they had pain. They got written a prescription by a doctor, a casual prescription by a doctor. Not in our office, by the way. We do not prescribe these medications in our office. Somebody said, hey, somebody misunderstood the video and said, you prescribe these medications? How can you be saying how bad they are? We do not prescribe this stuff. So 80% of the 60,000 people that died from overdose of pain medications died because they started getting addicted due to a casual prescription written by a doctor. So who's at fault for those people that died? Maybe, so that's not you. But what about the 60,000 people, over 60,000? One every 12 minutes are dying from an overdose of pain medication. And somebody said there's not an opioid crisis. That's crap. There's absolutely an opioid crisis. And it started by, and you could look this up. You could do the research. Actually, I'll probably do a full webinar on this at some point. But 80% of those people let's talk about Purdue Pharmaceuticals for a minute. Folks, they lied They lied about OxyContin. They bribed our government, and the opioid epidemic was absolutely started or fueled by a drug company and the FDA. Absolutely. So maybe you're getting relief because you have chronic pain, but there are people who had pain who got those medications prescribed to them. And when they found out that they had to come off that medication and it was cost them $1 to get a hit of heroin instead of a $60 tablet of OxyContin, believe me, they become addicted and they turn to those things, and then fentanyl's right around the corner. So are they screwing it up for you because you're a chronic pain sufferer? Maybe. But I will tell you, it's the doctors who started it. It's the doctors and the pharmaceutical companies that started it. Maybe it wasn't your doctor, but it is the medical community and it is the pharmaceutical community that did start it. So I have no apologies for that. None whatsoever. All right. I don't think anybody's stupid. I didn't call anybody stupid. Maybe I should have used words like cognitive decline, but it will affect your brain. So, you know, I don't know what else to say. I see 75 people are watching. I appreciate that. That's incredible. I appreciate you guys watching. I love the little lights you're giving me there. My purpose in life is to help as many people as I possibly can. That is why I come to work every day. I don't like going on vacation. My wife and my kids, they ask me, let's go on vacation. And I go, good, you got 4 days because I got stuff to do. There's people that need help. I love coming to work. I love our office. I love our providers. I love our patients. Anybody who wants to come see us at our clinic is welcome to. It's a shameless promotion. You know, people used to tell me, hey, don't toot your own horn. Well, you wouldn't have a horn if it weren't meant to be tooted, and nobody else is going to toot it for you. So if you got a horn, you better toot it yourself. So I will tell you, we got a rock and roll clinic, and we help a lot of people. I don't know if we could help you. And frankly, I don't even know where you're from. So why don't you guys post, tell me where you're from, and tell me if you're watching this from the UK, or if you're in South Africa. I mean, I've had some amazing, a lot of people around the world watching this, and I really, truly appreciate it. But we are way overdoing it, especially in the United States. I'm not familiar with all the statistics in other countries, but I'll tell you, the United States makes up 5%. It's actually about 4.6%. Missouri, good to see you, Louise, and Missouri. West Virginia, Lanai, great. Kansas, Tracy, thank you very much for watching. United States is 4.6% of the entire world population, the entire world. And do you know we consume over 90% of the pain medication produced on the planet? Isn't that ridiculous? I mean, can't you get it? If you're suffering, I understand. You go, man, I need something to get by, and maybe you do. But you know, when there's actually solutions, just because they're not covered by insurance, and just because they're not presented to you by your doctor, or just because you've tried so many already, doesn't mean you should lose hope, and it also doesn't mean that medication's your only solution. All right. I'd hate to hear that you're becoming addicted. I'd hate to hear that you're the one, or a loved one of yours is got a hold of your medications and frankly, died. Hi from Missouri and Ohio. It sickens me to hear that. It's why we come to work every day, to fix those problems. Certainly diet and lifestyle and lots of different things. Frankly, your spiritual life might have an impact on your pain, but just don't assume that the medications are going to fix anything. And you go, yeah, but they're helping me live my life. Fine, I get that. I'm not trying to split hairs about that point. Maybe that is what I'm trying to do. Maybe I'm actually trying to split hairs. There's a difference between fix a problem and just treat a problem or cover it up. There's a difference. And if it helps you live your life, fantastic. I got no problem with that. I don't think you're stupid or dumb or anything like that. But it doesn't change the fact that the drugs these medications are addictive. It doesn't change those facts. It just does not. So anyway, I don't know if there's anything else I can share with you guys tonight. I've been rambling on here, probably about the same thing. But there are solutions out there. I personally didn't have like chronic intractable pain, but I had a problem with my back, and it was a significant problem. I was waking up in the middle of the night with pain, and it was going on and on and on. And I was doing all the natural things that I knew of from a physical treatment standpoint. It seemed like a physical problem, so I wanted to do physical solutions like rehab and chiropractic and things like that. And I'll be honest, it didn't help, and I'm a chiropractor. And I found out that I had a sensitivity to pineapple, and I was eating pineapple every day in my healthy smoothie, pea protein, organic vegetables, organic fruits, things like that. And but I found out that I had a sensitivity to the pineapple that I was putting in my smoothie every day. And you know what? Stopped eating pineapple, back pain went away. Somebody could have put me on gabapentin for that. Somebody could have put me on. I was getting depressed about it too. It was like, wow, if you're having pain every night from 1 a.m. until you wake up, you can barely roll over in bed. It gets you depressed. It certainly doesn't make you in a good mood and want to deal with people. But I found out that, frankly, a food that I was eating was causing the problem. I certainly wasn't going to go down the gabapentin route, but it was a chronic problem. It was causing me to lose sleep, and it was causing me a lot of trouble in my life. But I stopped eating pineapple, and certainly, funny enough, the pain went away. I wish it was going to be that simple for many of you that are watching or have seen that other video. Probably not going to be as simple as that. Hi, Julia from Louisiana. Keep searching for solutions. If anything I say on here offends you, okay, sorry about that. But there are solutions out there, and there's lots of doctors around the country that truly want to help you find solutions to the problems, and it's not in the solutions are not in a and I say the solutions, understand what I mean is there's a difference between healthcare and sick care. And I'm going to give you a definition here. I love this definition. The definition of health. The World Health Organization uses this definition, okay? Dorland's Medical Dictionary. This is the definition. The definition of health is a state of optimum physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. What that means is your body's functioning correctly. There's no check engine light on the car. Just because you have a Band-Aid over the engine light doesn't mean it's not on. It means your body's working perfectly. That is the definition of health that our governments around the world use to determine health. The definition of healthcare in Merriam-Webster's dictionary, healthcare, is the restoration and maintenance of health. So to restore and maintain perfect function. I challenge you, if you're going to the doctor and they're not trying to restore and maintain perfect function, then you are getting sick care. And you may need that sick care. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say you might not need that. There is definitely a place for it. But don't say that health care is the same as sick care. They are not the same thing. All right. Health care is solve the problem, restore health, restore wellness, restore well-being, restore function. Okay. It's my belief that the power that made your body is the power that's going to heal your body. I'm actually, patients come to me all the time and they're like, you fixed me. I go, no, I did not fix you. We simply gave you the tools for your body to fix itself. You have to know, believe it or not, that's the only thing that's going to fix you is you. You are the only thing that will ever fix you. A surgeon might be able to sew you together. My uncle has been a phenomenal surgeon. He's one of my very best friends, and he saved thousands of people's lives. But you know what he told me one of the times I talked to him recently? He said, you know what, I was always on the reactive end of healthcare, and I don't know if I ever healed anybody. That's crazy, all right? I mean, I hope maybe he's watching this. I don't know. I hope he's super proud of what he's done. He saved thousands of people's lives, you know? Some of the things I used to stay with him over the summer, and he used to, somebody shot themselves in the stomach, and he had to go in and sew him up. He saved this guy's life. But always on the reactive end of healthcare. That's a sick care problem. We need sick care. He's needed. Those people are needed. But don't call them healthcare providers when they're sick care providers. All right. So healthcare providers can help you solve the problem. And maybe your problem's unsolvable. But I'm going to challenge you again. If you said your health problem is not solvable and you don't know any of the research in this book, or your doctor doesn't know anything research in that book, I'm going to challenge you that you do not know whether or not your healthcare problem is unsolvable. Maybe you're dead broke. I apologize. I can't help you with that. I'll tell you something in Medicare guidelines. I wish I could show you this, actually. There's a Medicare guideline. I'm going to click over and read it to you. Hopefully you can still see me. This is a Medicare guideline. So Medicare in this country, sorry, it's coming up here. There's a guideline on Medicare. That's going to take too long to pull up. Anyway, basically, it says that Medicare doesn't cover things that fix things. They don't want to cover maintenance care. Medicare, the guideline says it doesn't want to restore health. That's a guideline written in the Medicare guidelines that doesn't want to restore health. So you go, hey, why don't you take, we don't take Medicare, by the way. Why don't you take Medicare? Do you not care about Medicare patients? Do you not care about the elderly people? This is the comments that I get. That's ridiculous. But when Medicare doesn't care to fix somebody, how am I supposed to help them as a true healthcare provider? How am I supposed to fix somebody who's relying on Medicare to fix them when Medicare doesn't pay to fix them? It's asinine. Now, somebody asked who's the author of the book. You can find this on Amazon. It's not a cheap book. And just so you know, it's not reading material. It's a list of studies, research review from studies done in 2015 and 2016. And because it's edited by these two doctors here, it means it's not written by them. It's simply a list of studies where you can go on to PubMed or Medline and you can read the studies of the therapies that have been proven to actually help regenerate cartilage and nerves. All right. I would highly recommend for most people who are looking at a chronic degenerative problem to highly consider doing stem cell therapy or pulsed electromagnetic field therapy. These are the things to look into. These are the cutting edge things that unfortunately aren't going to show up in your hospital or your doctor's office, and they're certainly not going to be covered by your insurance companies. So anyway, folks, I appreciate you watching tonight. Many of you have stayed on for quite some time. I appreciate it. Give me some more likes there. And if you want to share this with your friends and family, by all means do so. I just can't possibly answer all of your comments. I super appreciate them. I see them come up there. If I spent time just reading, I think we've had 113 comments just since we've been on. I will go through them tonight and I'll look through them. And if I can answer anybody's questions, I will. But we still have literally dozens and dozens and dozens of comments coming in every day. And direct messages wanting some help. And I wish I could help you all. You're welcome to call our office and schedule an appointment. I know many of you don't live here. I've had people call and say, hey, I'll fly to you. And I'm humbled. I truly am humbled, and I'll do whatever I can for you. I understand your suffering. I just want you to know there are answers. I truly want you to know that there are answers. And I'm not ridiculing anybody for taking those medications, but by God, there's too many people dying from them. There are too many people that are suffering from these medications. And if you are not one of them, or you haven't had a family member that's been impacted by the opioid epidemic or by gabapentin, great. I'm glad you haven't seen that type of pain, but we have. We've seen that. We've seen also the pain from the sufferers, and I'm here to tell you there are solutions. So anyway, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. You guys have a good night. And again, share this with everybody. Get this message out there. Who knows? Maybe it's something that I said can impact somebody. And if I can impact someone and have an impact on their life, then I will truly be happy and know that this was worth my time. And I hope it was worth your time. So take it easy, Facebook. See you later.